I'm here to talk to you about a strategy called Essilor Bespoke, which is a strategy. It sounds really corny when I say this, but it really is a strategy about future-proofing independent optics.
Bespoke's our way of differentiating what the independent offers. It's something that we're making a compelling reason for people to come and visit your store.
Elevate your practice to the next level so you can differentiate not just from the chains, but from your other independent competitors.
Am I happy with Bespoke? Yeah, I am, because it has elevated our game. So we are now able to offer products that we couldn't offer before. We have an absolutely genuine differentiating factor, and we have business support, which in any small independent business, which is tight on resources, has to be a great thing.
I mean, the whole thing is all about a whole bespoke package. So there is software and hardware to go with VisiOffice and digital measuring, but the most important thing is the training. The training that's offered by the bespoke consultant, which is a full day of training, but then the most important thing is the follow-up, okay? Because it's very easy for us to train you and walk away. And people will say, oh, I'll implement that tomorrow. But we actually come back to practice with you and we follow up with that training so that you actually really implement it. And that continues for at least 3 years minimum.
So I am one of the Essilor Bespoke consultants. So I look after practices on a one-to-one level, and I train them. We ask them to close the practice for a whole day, and I spend time with the whole team, understand how they work, and then spend time in the practice coaching, shadowing and feeding back, and constantly making, sort of helping them along and holding their hands. They know they've got somebody there to sort of rely on. And sometimes we forget that our patients are just human beings, and the empathy aspect of it sometimes is missing. And what the training does is it just takes them back to being people and talking to people.
I think the technology is catching up with the practicalities of implementation. So there's been many measuring devices around for some time, and sometimes the skills required or the time required to actually use those for patient benefit and for practice benefit has outweighed the ultimate benefits you might get. Whereas now I think that these devices are coming of age, and I think it's beholden upon you to be moving and embracing these technologies.
We have the VisiOffice. It's a three-dimensional measuring device, but it also has demonstrations. It gives any member of the practice team the confidence to be talking about product and services more visually, but also we have the digital display units, and we have a little device called the iCube, which is like a little hub which connects things like the VisiOffice, the iPad, the desktop. What we're trying to capture with that is that the patient has a seamless experience from the moment they walk in through the door to when they leave and beyond.
It's time to actually start advising our patients that there's something better out there, and we shouldn't still stick to this, well, it's not broke, don't fix it. We really need to start looking at innovation and telling our patients there is new stuff out there, because people are actually interested in new stuff.
89% of patients thought that if we combine the VisiOffice and the NVD app, the lens is going to perform better. So taking your patient through a digital experience, digital measuring, will increase your average order value.
But we want to work with people who want to work with us, who see the value and want to future-proof the practice for the next 5, 10, 15 years. That's the highly important part, is that them looking to the future and making sure that they're strong in the high street in the years to come.
It's not right for everybody, I'll be the first to say that, but it's really have a conversation with us, talk to us, and understand if the concept fits in with your practice and with your staff, your team, your patients as well.